Hi, I'm Connie Townsend, group fitness instructor and personal trainer, and I'm here today with my volunteers of the day. We have Nancy and Sherry, and we're going to do a workout on behalf of the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Our workout is something that you can do from home, so join us. Today we're using bands, and we get to film in the Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club, so they let us have a space here. So we're very thankful that they are allowing us to be here today. So today we're gonna use the band quite a bit. We're gonna actually use it to do our warm-up. So if you have a handled band, one that has handles like this, put your hands through the handles. And then just kind of grab the band. That keeps those handles from conking you in the head. Now, if you have another kind of band, like one of those flat, long bands, you can use that. Or if you don't have bands at all, maybe grab a bungee cord, something with a little stretch to it. We're gonna march. Okay. Now, we're gonna start with our band drawn straight, but don't pull out. So we're not really having any resistance on our arms. We're just kind of pulling it straight. Let's put it low. Now let's swing it up. Just up and down. Starting to get the arms and shoulders warmed up. Now, if you don't have much range of motion in your shoulders, don't force it. Just go up as high as you're able. As your arms get warmer and your joints get warmer, you're able to lift a little higher maybe. All right, one more. Okay, march. Let's go forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're moving kind of quick. The tempo of the music's fast. So make it small steps. 1, 2, 3, tap, back, 2, 3, tap. All right, let's put those arms low. Give it a tiny little pull, not much resistance. We're gonna go up as we move and back down. So not too high, because like I say, we're going fast. Keep it controlled, small swing. You got it. One more time, forward and back. Woo! Stay here, march it. Let those arms rest a little. March a little wide now. All right, settle to your feet. We're low with the band. Let's give it a tiny bit of pull, not much yet. And we're gonna swing it now, low, side to side. Woo! If your arms get too tired too fast, just release a little bit so you're not really pulling on the band. But it's like holding a straight stick between your hands. In 4, 3, and no arms. We're just gonna sway a little, that side to side tap we were doing. Okay, let's bring it up to shoulder height. Just a little bit of a pull and around. Now because we're going fast, don't turn all the way to the side. It's just a small Little swing, side to side. You feel your shoulders tighten up? Make them drop. Get those shoulder blades to fall down your back. Woo! 4, 3, let the arms rest. So using a band is a good tool to get all those muscles warmed up pretty quickly. So let's come to a stop now. We're gonna take it off our arms. We're gonna stand on it. So carefully put both feet on it. Your legs are a little wider than hip width. We're gonna hold on to the handles, shoulders pulled back, then let them drop down. Let's do a few little squats. Sit, stand. So remember, when you do a squat, you're pushing that bottom back. We're coming down, we're bending the knees. You let your upper body kind of lean a little. So these are banded squats. They add just a little resistance on your way up. Woo! Okay, one more. So, the band is under our feet. Hands in the handles. We're going to use the band to help us get a bit of a neck stretch and shoulder stretch. Pull the shoulders back. Let the band pull the shoulders down. Let's turn the head, look over the shoulder. So that band helps keep us in the proper posture. Let's turn to the other side. And then back to center. Keep those shoulders back and down. Let's tilt the head. And then other side. So we did a little bit of moving. That gets the blood flowing from the center of your body out. Gets all those joints warmed up, as well as the muscles. So we'll be ready to work in a moment. Come on back up to center. Pull back just a tiny bit on those bands. Tilt the head forward. And then back up. And you're warm. Keep your band. Get a drink of water. We'll see you in a moment. All right, you've still got your band because we're gonna get the heart rate up a little bit. We're gonna do a section of cardio work, cardiovascular exercise, gets that heart rate up so it works your heart and lungs and builds endurance. So, once again, handles on the arms. We're gonna grab hold of it. We're gonna start with a march. Now, I'll preview. We're gonna do a few of the arm pulls first before we add the walk to it. So we're out in front, about shoulder height. Now you're gonna take that band and you kind of pull out on it, but pull back at the same time. So if you notice, the arms, they're not up at shoulder height. Don't tighten too high, but your elbows are sticking out to the side. So don't drop them down. And release. Pull back. Release. Pull back. Release. So we're using our back muscles, kind of a combination of cardio and muscle. Okay. Let them rest. We're gonna go into our walking again. 1, 2, 3, tap, back, 2, 3, tap. So just get a little rhythm going. Keep your steps really small, especially if you have any trouble with balance. That walking backward might be a challenge. If you don't like this, just stay in one place and march. Okay, arms We're gonna hold them shoulder height or so. Pull back, release. Pull back, release. Good job. Woo. Okay, you got one more. And just march it. Wider feet. We're gonna do some heels up in back. Heel, heel. Now back out in front. We're gonna pull out, hold. So our legs are working. Bringing that heel to your center line. Get the heart rate up. But now, by holding the arms out front, you're doing a lot of upper body work and core work by just holding it still. It adds to that heart rate rise. Woo! 4, 3, 2, and just march it. Relax those arms. Woo! Now, let's come to a stop. We're gonna go up overhead. So, it's not out in front. We've already done those. Let's try to pull them back. Now, we're gonna pull out and drop the elbows. So you come down to about where your collarbone is. Back up and down. Up. Come on down. Up and march. Woo! All right, let's add that walk forward and back. Everything that we add on is just that. It's an add-on. So if you don't like it, go back to the previous thing we were doing. So if you don't like to walk forward and back while you're doing the band, just stay put. Woo. 1, 2, 3, tap, back, 2, one more time. March, let's let it rest. Let's do some front kicks. Kick, kick. So remember, these are different than a front leg lift. We don't want to keep the legs straight and lift. We want to kick out. So let those ankles relax. You can keep them really low, especially if you have balance problems, or you can bring it higher. Or if you're in good condition, you can make it bouncier. So, everything that I show you is low impact, but you can also make it higher. Let's hold those arms overhead. Pull out slightly, hold. Woo. Working the core, working the whole upper body. Bringing that heart rate up more. Keep a slight bend to your elbows. 4, 3, 2, and march it out. Phew, let those arms rest. Okay. Now we're gonna stay put. In 4, 3, let's bring that knee up. Knee, 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 knee. We'll start overhead. Let's pull out. Now come down. Up, down, up. Now we're having to coordinate. Woo! You'll get it. Just do the legs first. Get those going. And if the arms are just too much moving like this, you can always just hold front or hold up. Whoops. Woo! One more. You got it. March it out. Let's walk it forward, back. One, two, three, tap. Okay, hold it low. Little bit of a pull, not much. We'll finish with the pullovers and walking forward and back. Woo! Okay, arms down, keep walking. All right, make it smaller steps. Low arms. Let's bring that heart rate back down. And then just keep moving. Go get some water, and we'll see you in a moment. Okay, we've still got our band. And we're gonna be a little slower now, a little more controlled. We're gonna be working our legs. A lot of hip joint muscles are going to be involved. We're gonna do what we call duck walks. So I know Nancy's familiar with them. Sherry's new to me, so she may not have seen these before. We're gonna stand on the band again, so be careful when you're doing that. You're standing on the band. Now our legs start about hip width apart. Okay, now don't let the band pull you forward. We wanna stay tall, so shoulders back and down. Don't lock your knees. If we stand too tall, it makes our back arch and things just don't work right. So loosen the knees a little. Okay, we're gonna take 2 steps off to the side. So we'd have to take the foot off the band just a tiny, tiny bit and step, and together, and step, together. Then we go back to where we started. So try to take as big of a step as that band will let you. Woo! Sometimes it's hard to come off the band without losing the band off the foot. So just lift it a tiny, tiny bit. Step, step. Go back. One more like this. Woo! Okay, now go back 2 steps. Now, before we stop though, we're gonna take 1 step, then go back. So instead of 2 steps, we're just doing 1 at a time, alternating sides. Step. Oh, they're burning, those hips. 1 more. Step, and then go back. Step. Woo! Shake them out. Tired legs. Okay. We're not done with those poor hips though. We're going to stand tall, loose knees, 1 side only. We're gonna lift that leg up away from the other. So it's just a side leg lift. Now the trouble with that is that as that leg is lifting, it's pulling against the other leg, and that's your balancing leg. So we've caused a balance challenge here. So the leg they're standing on has to really contract in all those muscles. So you're working on the stabilizers, and you're working on that moving leg in the hip joint muscles. 1 more. Woo! Shake them out. Gotta do the other side. Remember your posture. All right, let's lift. Woo! And it's hard to keep your balance. If you're having trouble with that, go ahead and drop this handle and hold on to a chair or a surface or the countertop, because you're pulling against that standing leg, and that makes it hard to balance. Lift. Now the band won't let you lift very high, and that's perfectly fine. Keep that toe facing front. We have 1 more. Woo! Shake them out. Okay, one thing left here. We got to do alternating, one at a time. So, lift, then other leg. Remember, don't lock the knees. Whoo. We might just feel those hips tomorrow. One more each. You've got it. Woo! Okay, we're gonna continue standing on the band. Now kind of loosen it up a little and maybe step a little wider. We don't want it so tight that we can't move our legs. Okay, we're in a squat position. Now we started with these in the warm-up where we did some banded squats. Well, we're going to do 8 little half squats, pulses, and then 4 regular squats. Now, if you find that you're not getting any resistance on the way back up, a good way to make it harder is to cinch down a little shorter. Oh boy. So watch out. Shoulders back, head stays level. Okay, we're gonna come down for 8, 7, 6, 5. Push through those heels. And now, all the way up, down. One more like this. Back to the pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now all the way up, down, up. Woo! Oops, one more, lost count. Okay, pulses one more time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 4, 3, 2. Woo! So you worked all the muscles in the legs with the squats. We're gonna stay where we are for width. Standing on our band. Okay, it's gonna be one squat into one side leg lift. So back to those lifts again, but this time we're wider. So it's gonna be more challenging to get that foot up off the floor. I'll show you. We do one squat, up, lift, woo, down, now other leg. So now it really is a balance challenge because you're off center as you lift that leg. Woo! One squat, stand up, one side leg lift. One squat, up, lift. Woo. Gonna feel those legs tomorrow. That's good. The leg muscles are the biggest muscles in the body. And if they get stronger, it helps all the rest of the body. Your stability, your balance, helps burn fat. One more time. You got it. So remember, you don't have to do as many as I do. You can just do a few, rest, and then get back to it. All right, we're gonna carefully step off. Woo! Shake them out. Now go get a drink of water, and we'll come back for more. Okay, let's get back to it. We just did our legs, so now we're gonna focus on the upper body. And these are gonna look familiar because we did these in the warm-up. We're gonna put our hands through the handles again if you have the handled bands. Okay, we're gonna work on our back and our shoulders and our chest and our upper body. We'll do our pullbacks. So a little wide with the feet, that gives you a bigger base of stability. Hands, shoulder height or so. Remember the pullbacks, we're going to pull out and back. So you're just bringing that band back to the chest. Elbows go out to the side. Now don't let them lift too high. We don't want the shoulders to come up toward the ears. Now your core muscles, the middle of the body, the torso, those muscles are helping you pull. So you want to draw that navel toward the spine. That activates all the core muscles and helps pull, but it also helps to keep the spine stable and neutral. One more. Okay, now, just hold it. We're gonna take that band off for a moment. And arms, we're gonna slowly reach around and hold. And then release. Now other side, reach around and hold. So we're doing a little stretch and other side. And a little stretch of those muscles that we were just working. One more set. Around and other side. Come back. All righty. So we just did pull backs. Now we're gonna do pull downs. Same body stance, kind of low and wide. Okay, reach up. Now remember to try to keep pulling them back. Don't let them drift forward. We're gonna start pretty narrow, and it's an outward pull as you drop the elbows down. So you're coming down to the collarbone, pulling out as you drift down. Now we don't want that low back to arch. Keep that tailbone tucked under just slightly. Knees are loose, not locked. We exhale as we do the hardest part, that's the pulling down. And then we release back up. Only do what you can. We're working overhead right now, so you might need to only do a few and then have to rest your arms. One more. All right, release. Gonna take it off. You can even set it down if you want to. We're going to reach up and over and down. Reach up over and down. Do it again. One more set. Up and over. And last one. Feels good to put a stretch in there between exercises. Okay, back through the handles again. Now, legs are narrow this time, hip width apart, because that allows for the body to make a bigger turn. We're gonna be rotating. Let's go out in front, shoulder blades down your back. Now give it a pull. You want some resistance. We're going to rotate. Now don't lean over. Other direction. So we're turning from wall to wall. Or if your spine isn't that mobile, just a little turn is fine. Don't overturn, over twist. And one more. And back to center, let the arms rest. Now we'll do one more like that. We're going to add on. So, out in front. Let's pull out. And don't lean forward. Stay tall. Pull out. Let's do one pull over. Down. Now rotate. Back to center. Up. Down to shoulder height. And rotate other way. And center up. Ooh, rotate. Keep that navel pulled back toward the spine. You're really feeling the core muscles here. Almost done. You can always release that band if it's just too much. And last turn. You got it. Back to center. All right. Now just lace those fingers in front. Let's push forward, look down, let those back muscles stretch again. And then come on back in. Take it off your arms. We're gonna stand on it yet again. So be careful. Step both feet on the band. So now the band is pulling us from underneath. All right, we need nice good posture here. Pull the shoulders back, let them drop. We're gonna do one shoulder shrug. So that means we're going to bring up the shoulders, both of them. And then from there, we're gonna do a side raise. So you notice we can't pull very far out from the body. Don't force it. Just a little bit of a raise is all you need to do. All right, let's start with the shoulder shrug. Up, down, then out, in. Up, down, out, in. So think about your shoulder blades sliding up your back, down your back, and then lift. Up, down, out, in. Up, down. Woo! So this is working all the parts of the shoulders. Getting everything involved. So we got a lot of back, chest, arms, shoulders in this last section. All right, we have time for one more. One shrug, and one lift. Now, carefully step off. All right, so roll the shoulders around, kind of do some loosening stretches, get a drink, and we'll continue. All right, we're gonna start moving again, so it's familiar. We're gonna walk in forward and back as we use our arms. Let's put those hands through the handles again. We'll start with a march. So remember those pullbacks. We're gonna do those first. Let's walk it. 1, 2, 3, tap, back, 2, 3, tap. And that might be enough for you. You don't have to add the arm movement if you don't want to. Okay, arms out. Let's pull back as we go forward. Release as you go backward. Watch your footing. Especially when you're going backward, pick up your feet. Don't let those shoes trip you. Relax the shoulders. Woo! We have one more. And march it. Wide feet. Heels up. Arms out. Let's just hold, pull out. You've got resistance on your band. Your back, your shoulders, your arms, your chest are working. Woo! 4, 3, let's march it. And walk it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, tap, back, 2, 3. Okay, let's go up. Here we go. Let's pull down, release. If it just gets too much to coordinate the arms and the legs, you can just hold up top. One more. Woo! Release, march. Let's kick it. Now, overhead, pull out, hold. If that's too much, you can keep them shoulder height. That's okay too. So listen to your body. It'll tell you what it needs. Almost, almost, come on. 4, 3, woo, march it. Whew. Let's do some knees up right here, knee, knee. So you're nice and tall. Trying to bring the knee up in front of the hip, but if you can only lift that foot a little bit, that's okay too. Let's see, we started overhead. Pull out just a little. We're gonna bring it down. Only down on that one knee. Down, up, down, up. Both knees come up, but we're only pulling down to that one knee. I know, it's hard to get. But the great part is, it doesn't matter what we're doing. As long as we're moving. Woo! You got it. One more. And march it. Woo! Okay, let's put it behind. High up on the back. Now we're not going to use the handles because that's no resistance. So we're going to fold the band and grab that fold. Let's come to a stop for a moment while we get all that situated. Okay. Now, palms facing in. We're going to press forward, release. Press forward, release. So your thumbs are facing up. One more. And march it. Let's walk it. 1, 2, 3, tap, back, 2, 3, tap. Okay. So of course you can keep it here, or push, pull back. You got it. So now we're using our chest muscles. The front of the body is being used to push forward against that resistance. Forward. Back. One more. And just march it. Now keep that band where it is. Let's widen out the feet. And come to a stop. All right. Now instead of punching forward, one hand at a time is we're going to turn the body, punch toward the corner, then back to center. Punch, punch, punch. So you're turning and punching. Woo! When you punch out, your palm is facing down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it small. You're gonna be out in front now. Alternate a punch, punch, punch. Now, as you pull, it kind of makes the body want to turn again, but hold it still, face front. Woo! You got it. 3, 2, and march it. Okay, take the band off. So we kept the heart rate up a little bit. That helps the body to learn to burn fat as we do the muscles. Okay, just one more section, so go get some water, and we'll see you in a moment. Now we're going to slow down and do a little bit of core work, strengthening our torso and stretching. So we're going to take that band again. We're going to stand on it one more time. So be careful always when you're doing that. All right. So one more reminder, don't let the band pull your shoulders forward. Always keep them drawn back and down. All right, we're going to use the side muscles. So it's just a tilt off center, side to side. So it's like doing a standing crunch, but we're going sideways, kind of moving one vertebra at a time. Now, if you find that that's just not enough resistance, if you feel like your body's not pulling against much, you can always grab the band a little bit lower down, make it tougher, but not too tough. Keep those shoulders back and try not to lift with the arm. We don't want to bend the arm and pull up with the arm. Just let them hang. You're drawing your navel back at the same time because we have to activate all of the core muscles even though we're kind of focusing on our side muscles right now. All right, last set, other side, back to center. Whew. So the feet are pretty narrow. Now remember how we pulled out from the body to work the sides of the shoulders? We'll get a little bit more of that in doing this next one because we're going to lift out and hold. But this one is a torso rotation. So we're going to turn and then other direction. Now if you notice, I'm not moving my arms. It's not an arm exercise. We're trying to work the middle of the body, the torso. So you just hold those arms out and just leave them there. Don't let them turn, don't let them swing. Woo! Turn. One more. All right, so you got a double whammy there. You work the shoulders again, and we did our torso rotations to work our sides. Okay. Unfortunately, those shoulders are going to be a little tired because we're going to go back into that holding position out and just swing forward and back. Tiny little semicircles. A little front, little back. You're pulling against your core muscles, so they're tight. It is a core exercise. However, with the shoulders, now you're working the front and the back lobes of the shoulder. So all three areas of the shoulder are being worked on right now. Woo! And one more. Now, because the shoulders are such a delicate muscle group, you don't want to do very many of those, and just do what you can, tiny little movements to start. All right, we're going to swing. Let's turn our palms backward first. We're going to swing back behind. Then bring those thumbs, like you're trying to touch the thumbs together, out and down. Swing back, in, out, down. Now your core is definitely tight here because as you swing back, we don't want the low back to arch. Just keep that pelvis neutral. Shoulders, stay stationary. Don't let the shoulders creep up. Back, in, out, and down. So you're working different parts of the shoulders again, but you're really activating primarily those posture muscles, the ones that keep us upright and tall. A little bit of that rotator cuff complex is thrown in here. We got one more to do. Come on, pull, in, out, and down. Whew. All righty, so we're still standing on the band. We'll focus more on stretching now. We're gonna bring the shoulders forward, then up to the ears, then way back, and let them drop. Do it again, forward, up, big exaggerated circle, back and down, forward, up, back, and drop. One more, forward, up, back, and drop them so your shoulders are back and down now. Let's do those neck turns again, where we turned and looked over the shoulder and hold it. And then let's come back to center and hold on, not the other side yet. We're gonna stay on this side. Tilt, like you're trying to bring the ear down toward the shoulder. You're feeling that stretch in the side of the neck and in the upper shoulder now. And then back to center. And let's turn, look over the shoulder. Hold it there for a moment. And back to center. Let's tilt to that side. We really take our time with the neck stretches. That's the most delicate part of the body. Back to center. Now bring those arms in front of the legs. We're going to let the band pull us forward a little as you tuck the chin, roll down. So you're feeling a nice stretch in that upper back. Then roll back up and around behind just a little bit. Let the shoulders be pulled down. Let's tilt the head. I want to thank my volunteers again for helping me today. We want to thank the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center for sponsoring these videos. And we want to really thank the Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club for letting us use their beautiful building to do these videos. Come on back up. All right, let the arms drop down to the side. You have perfect posture. Drink your water, and we'll see you again.